Hi, viewer. I'm trying to set my phone somewhere so I don't have to hold it. But, hi, people. Are you guys watching the People's Choice Awards? Ellen won. She's won a lot of awards. It's because she's awesome. Oh, so, I'm gonna, hey, Carrie, get ready to go to bed. I really should be blogging. It's 5 years, wow. I just compromised with yogurt because I don't know why today. I don't know. There's a gallon of ice cream in the freezer, and I've just been resisting finishing it off all night. So, I put a good amount of chocolate chips in here. Oh, thank you, Carrie. You too. That's awesome. Today with your pant victory, your non-scale victory. Fantastic. Congrats. So, 5 years. Man, I was terrified. Thank you. I was terrified to have that surgery. I was so scared. I'm so scared to have surgery because they don't listen and it's going to hurt bad. You're welcome. And they just don't listen. It was terrible. I went there in the morning. They didn't take me back to the afternoon. I was starving. I didn't eat all day. They had me in recovery, and they were trying to give me pain meds, and I had no food in my stomach, and I told them it was going to make me sick, and they didn't care, and they wouldn't give me, like, crackers or anything. It was weird. All of a sudden, you, like, couldn't get any crackers in recovery. I don't know. I got really sick. I was throwing up. It was bad. My blood pressure was crazy because they were traumatizing me even more than it had already been in all the years of surgeries. And I told my family I wasn't doing well, and it was like super scary. Hey, Megan. So it was just the most scary surgery, recovery. I woke up with like this fat lip, so someone dropped something in my face, or I bit my lip or something, so I had this fat lip. We had just re-broken my ankle, removed all the cartilage, put a bunch of hardware in there, and now it was going to heal for months. Like going into the surgery, I knew I was going to have months and months and months of healing. Every time I've had surgery, I start all over. Hey, Brittany. So every time I have surgery, any progress I've made goes away. The minute I go in a cast, all those muscles are gone. They're so tiny that like they just disappear. Those muscles are just gone. Hey, Jen. I'm eating yogurt. You always have ate this forever, and I don't know why I didn't. And now I'm like, this is my thing. I have to eat this every night. Like if I gain 5 and 10 pounds, it's because of my yogurt every night with way more peanut butter than I probably should be putting in there. But so yes, okay, surgery. So first of all, before I made the decision to have surgery, I cried a lot because as a dancer and a cheerleader, to make the decision to have my ankle fused so it didn't point and flex ever again in my whole entire life, that was really scary. Never again was my ankle going to point or flex again. Like, that's still emotional for me. Oh my gosh, like to give that up. And I had fought so hard for 10 years to get it back after the accident. I tried and tried and tried. Shay, that was plain Greek yogurt with peanut butter and pure maple syrup and cinnamon and pumpkin spice and a little nutmeg and dark chocolate chips. So good. I don't ever buy yogurt that's like flavored or anything, just always plain Greek yogurt, which I couldn't eat it all when I was pregnant. It was disgusting, but I always had it. I used to have it with bananas, but I don't even do that anymore because banana goes in my shake. Okay, so I was terrified. I really didn't think I was going to have the surgery because I was so scared. But I was in so much pain and it was bad, and I was just sitting every day at work and I was in horrible, horrible pain. Like my ankles, like sledgehammer pain. It was like jizz, jizz, jizz. It was like stabbing pains. It was horrible. Um, I just had no other choice. Like it was my only option. But what was like 20, 27? I don't know. Like that was a big surgery to have at such a young age. To fuse it and just decide that it was never going to move again. Um, I definitely was over the ankle brace. I definitely didn't want to wear the ankle brace anymore. It wasn't working for me. In fact, I have scars from ankle braces rubbing against me, cutting me, making my ankle bleed. Um, I have this really, really bad scar from an ankle brace. I'll show you guys. It's not even a scar from from any surgeries. It's from an ankle brace. Because I don't have feeling 100% in my leg. So I can't always feel when something's hurting me or when something is stabbing me or whatever. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. This scar right here. See the circle? It's not as big as that, but you can see the circle. Thanks, Jess. That one, that's from a brace. So like this is the ankle fusion right here. It's so much better now, but you can see like the indent of the strength. You can see like it doesn't, this is how much it moves. It moves like this. Point and flex, point and flex. Oh, there's another scar. So that was one of the original, this right here, that was the original bracket when my accident happened. And then I have another one over here. I've always wanted to look into like the Guinness World Records and see like if I could make the book with so many surgeries in one foot. And then I have one on my heel right here. We rebroke my heel too. Get up close and personal with my leg. Look how strong it is. Look at that muscle. Here, maybe from this way, is this better? That's what the inside of your leg looks like. I gotta do yoga in the morning and I'm gonna go to bed because Caden's asleep, but that's crazy. Like all those muscles, that's like 21 Day Fix, Country Heat, 21 Day Fix Extreme, Core de Force. Like look at that. That is like crazy strong. Urgh. But you see, I'm just like moving my foot only this little bit, so it's so hard to get it to like tighten. And even my toes, like they curl, they don't straighten. So like those are all things that like bother me, on and off, but not bad, you know. I just have to deal with it. I can't change it. Hey, Sarah. So, man, it was a long recovery. It really was. And I feel like in 5 years, like I'm like, wow, it's been 5 years, but it seems like 5 years I've done so much. Like for the 10 years before the surgery, and I was always struggling. And I was just struggling to walk, struggling to move. Hey, Wendy. I was struggling to do everything before the surgery. I mean, I was on and off doing things well, but so moving around and walking was just always such a struggle. And to put the brace on, I was always having to fix the brace and getting new braces, and braces are expensive. So, like, we've spent so much money on braces. And I just, it was as if I couldn't set him free from my life with that brace. It was like he was always still there. My phone's gonna die. I gotta get my charger. I don't want to die in, you guys. Hold on one second. My husband has been like sleeping. Hayden went to sleep. He's asleep. So I figured I would check in before I went to bed and make a video on today's milestone of being 5 years. Hold on, I'm just going to put you upside down real quick. And, okay, now we're good. Okay, so they rebroke my ankle. We removed all the cartilage. They put a bunch of hardware in there, and they're never going to take it out because my ankle is like so unsturdy. So the ankle is completely shattered. And I remember when I was 17, the physical therapist told me like my ankle's never going to move again. You're just lucky to walk the best you can. You're probably never going to get any of it back. Hey, Melissa. I just remember crying in physical therapy when I was like 17 years old. And this guy was telling me at 17, he was making the decision for me that this was never going to happen again. And I just remember crying all the time in physical therapy because that was so hard for me to believe. And they also had me in physical therapy, which I never understood because like I was just trying to learn to walk again. So it wasn't until like I kept going back to the doctors again and again and again, and this is like a message in all of this. So I kept going back to the doctor and I never stopped going back to the doctor and asking what we can do to make my ankle better. We did a couple things. So after this, one of the first surgeries we did was my heel or my Achilles tendon actually shortened after being in the hospital for 5.5 weeks and not walking, and I didn't walk for months, and couldn't even stand. Like I remember being able to just stand and be excited I could stand. So then I was delivering pizzas because I don't know, somehow I just like put my mind to things and got them done. Like, and that's the power of your mind. I couldn't walk. My heel didn't touch the ground, but I delivered pizzas for my job. So, my heel, so what we did was we cut, that's what this is from back here. I don't know if you can see, where is it? Somewhere like right there. So that was an Achilles tendon lengthening. So my heel was not, it did not touch the ground. I walked on the ball of my foot. So we had to Z-cut my Achilles tendon and lengthen it so I could stand normal. And once we did that, that was a start. But then the repercussion of that is when I focused on my heel touching the ground, I forgot to focus on the ball of my foot. And then my toes started to all curl up and they wouldn't go straight. Those have also all been cut. So like we cut all the tendons in my toes here to try and let them straighten, except for my big toe. And I don't know why we didn't do my big toe because that one also like curls. I don't know why we didn't do that. That doesn't make sense to me, but oh well. So then we had tried a re-breaking of the heel. So as you can see, I don't know if you can see like this. Let's see if I can go up higher. Hold on. So like this, see how it's like crooked? Oh, and see how the side of my foot hates me? So we re-broke my heel to try and straighten it. And there's a big screw in my heel. Like if you guys look at my x-rays on my blog and stuff, you'll see this big screw. So that was a surgery we did to try and stop my ankle from popping out, because the other big issue is right here. Right here, I'm missing everything you're supposed to have in your knee. So this pops out, and this right here is a nerve. So when I wear an ankle or a knee brace, it pushes on my nerve, so that doesn't stay very well. And my leg is so tiny that knee braces don't work very well. So I have to be super careful my knee doesn't pop out. And because my knee pops out, it makes my ankle roll out. So that's always like a chain effect. And I'm not going to ever fix my knee until they come up with some magical way to fix it, like in the future. Like in some magic time machine or something. I don't know. But to fix my knee and mess with the skin grafts is way too dangerous. It's way too risky. It could cause like a chance of infection. So I just am never going to cut open my skin grafts. Hey, Brittany. So it is what it is right now. This is it. I'm not having more surgeries because it's just too risky. There's nothing more they can do with the fusion, so it's really all about keeping active and working out. So, when I had hey Heidi, when I had the fusion 5 years ago, it was really just to try and help minimize pain, to hope that I could walk well without an ankle brace, to hope that I'd be more confident and stable in my walking, and really just to hope that it was going to somehow be good for the future. And, they would always just kind of be like, well, this is what you can do, and we don't know if it's going to work. And that was it. Maybe one day I can get my ankle replaced. I don't know if I'd ever even be a candidate of that because of how messed up my whole leg is. Um, so, January 18th, they fused my ankle. That was the worst night in the hospital in the world. They would not help my pain. I was sick. I was throwing up. It was just terrible. I had stronger pain meds in my purse, and they weren't giving me good pain meds. So I finally just took what was in my purse because I had stronger meds in my purse. It was ridiculous. So I the next day kept paging the on-call doctor for my pain clinic, and I don't know. It's just never understood how I could be in surgery at Strong and see you of our pain clinic, and they like for some reason it didn't seem to work together. I was taking 15 milligram oxycodone, and then they were giving me 5 milligram and 10 milligram oxycodones after surgery. And I kept telling them that adding those together wasn't going to work. So I was in excruciating pain. They just rebroken my ankle. It was in this horrible plaster cast. Somehow I ended up with a fat lip, and I was throwing up because they made me sick. Oh, I couldn't get up to go to the bathroom, so they had to use catheter, and they wouldn't listen to me. That my bladder was going to explode. Like, it was horrible because I know what I need in the hospital, and they don't listen. This is why I'm terrified of surgery. I have no problem getting cut open. Like, I have no problem with them fixing my leg. I have no problem with anesthesia. I have no problem with IVs as long as they put them where I want them to put them. But everything about recovery is what I'm terrified of. Putting me in a room with a lady who was hit by a car and screaming all night long. I was an adult this surgery. It was the first time I was ever treated as an adult. Hey, Leanne. Hey, Jackie. So that it was a total, hey, Lori. It was a totally different experience to be an adult having surgery, and it just was terrible. So then I realized, light bulb went off. I could check myself out. Hey Sinclair, so I only stayed in the hospital for 2 days. I was supposed to be there for 3. So here they kept giving me all sorts of different drugs because what they gave me wasn't gonna work, and they gave me OxyContin. I was so pissed they gave me OxyContin because I don't take that med. I stopped taking that med a long time ago. It's terrible, terrible medicine, and it makes you itch to where you scratch yourself and like scar yourself, and it makes you so sick when your body starts to not have it anymore. So they gave me that. They gave me all sorts of medicine. None of it worked. So they had me all sorts of drugged up, sick. And then they wanted me to walk on crutches to show that I could leave, but I brought my own crutches. So I didn't need them to teach me how to use crutches. Hello. I've been using them for many years. 10 years, right, after my accident. Hey, Allison. So I checked myself out of the hospital, and I went to see my pain clinic lady, and I got 30 milligram oxycodone, and I went home and filled that script, and I took one of them, and I wasn't in any pain. And I could be comfortable, but for 2 days I was just tortured at that place. It was horrible. But really, I survived through that. I got out of the hospital, and I was home for 3 weeks before I went back to work. And I had an amazing friend who brought me to work every day and picked me up and took me home because I couldn't drive. And I got ready on my own every day, and I showered this horrible plaster cast. And you just do what you have to do. I had no time off. This was my first full-time job, and I had to go to work. And I worked with like my leg up on the desk, elevated at all times because um, not moving in the cast, I had to give myself injections in my stomach for the, the stuff for blood clots. I can't remember what that's called. That was not cool, but I did it. I had to do it. I had no choice. See the message here? You just have no choice. You have to do it sometimes, no matter what it is. In all aspects of life, it just is sometimes your avenue to get to where you want to be later on. You have to go through the process. So many, many months in a cast before I ever made it to a walking cast, before I could drive again, before I could even maybe walk in a sneaker, which I remember being like, yes, I walked in a sneaker for a half hour. Yay. So it took me so many months of just letting the ankle fuse Oh, heparin. Yes, heparin shots. That's what it was. And eventually run out of fat in your stomach to like put it in. Like you need to have chubbiness to do heparin shots, I swear. And it just doesn't, yeah, it doesn't work. So, PT, lots of PT. Hey Shay, lots of physical therapy for months. So I had surgery in January. I was still wearing a walking boot in July and August. Um, yeah, that's hard, Carrie. Yeah, it's no not fun one bit. Um, so yeah. And I really got in great shape after I had this surgery. I started to lose weight. The thing where I knew I was in a lot of pain. Um, this is charging, right? It tells me my battery's low, but I hope it's charging. Hold on, let me plug it back in. Let me just make sure it's charging. I'll be right back. Okay, it's charging. I'm cold, man. I gotta go to bed. Shay, I'm gonna go to sleep for you as soon as I'm done with the video. See, you're in my brain. I told you. My team, my coaches, Carrie and Shay, they remind me that I need to go to sleep. And I have a lot to do. Like, look, see, laundry, dirty mess. But it'll be there in the morning. It's not going anywhere. And we have a ton of leftovers for dinner, so I don't have to cook tomorrow. Yay. And I didn't have to cook today. So, I lost my sock, though. I wanted to put it back on because my foot's cold. So, pool physical therapy was what started to be able to have me really try and feel good again. Sleep is super important. Although I do feel like 5 hours is good for me when it's consistent. But when Caden wakes me up at 2 a.m., that's not good. So I did have him sleep by 9:15 today. So yay me. Okay, so pool physical therapy was key. You get to a point where like you max out your physical therapy at the place, and you know, we were making really good progress, but he couldn't justify the need to go anymore, which I never understood because like I was probably needed physical therapy for life. To focus on my gait, how I walk, how my hips sit, the way I stand, do I compensate wrong, how I go upstairs, how I go downstairs, like all this stuff that seems natural and innate in what we do. The minute you have an injury that stops you from doing that correctly, your brain will rewire itself to help you do it wrong. So then you have to completely try and relearn to do it the right way. So that's why doing yoga and everything is so important for me every morning to stretch and put everything back where it needs to be. Because if you don't make sure that you're in the right alignment, then you are going to strengthen and tone improperly and you're going to hurt yourself. So this is why this has all been such a blessing to me to be able to do this at home or at work and not have to be pushing myself on the elliptical so hard to where I'm hurting myself because that's what I was doing in the past. Hi, Kathy. So 5 years, I got in really great shape. Before my wedding, I lost weight. I was at the gym. I could no longer do the incline ellipticals. I could only, hey Bianca, I could only do regular ellipticals. So no longer could I do anything that pointed or flexed. Like no point, no flex. So I had to go harder on the elliptical. It takes me much more effort. Oh, thanks, Sinclair. Thanks for your support always. Love that. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks to everyone. All right, night love. Thanks again. Yeah, so that's my main message. I want to say thank you. Like, you guys, so many of you have been there for so long. I mean, oh, I love them being there, Shay. It keeps us motivated. Thanks at work. Yeah, we've been working out together since like May. I started in April, and then I found out that some of them had it at home, and then the rest joined, and it's fantastic. Hey, Deb. It keeps us motivated. It just is awesome. And it fits in our lifestyle to do it at work and lunch. We only get 45 minutes, so 30 is perfect for working out. So I lost the weight. I got really great shape. But I had to work so hard. I remember being like 3,500 calories a week on the elliptical I had to burn in cardio. And then I would go to classes, 1 hour, 2 hour classes, and I would make sure I was eating a certain amount of food every day on Fitness Pal. And it just was very daunting. Like, it was a lot of work, and it was because I can't just run, and I can't just go jog, and I can't jump, and I can't do all sorts of things that, like, it makes it harder for me to lose weight. It makes it harder for me to really get cardio going, and that's why, like, this whole program is just an amazing thing. Uh, I don't even think I weighed this much, this little, like, I don't think I weighed this much since I was probably in middle school. Like, I don't even know. I'd have to go back to my pediatrician records and find out the last time I weighed 140 pounds. Although I would like to be around a 150 with muscle, like 145, 150, once I gain all the muscle back, because there's a lot of muscle in my leg that's really needs to be built up. So you would, because I can't push too much, my shoulders messed up. Like, this was split open in the car accident. I don't know if you can see the scar. And so my elbow's messed up, which means my shoulder's messed up. So I have to be very careful with weights. I just this week increased to 4 pounds. The whole time I've been doing 1, 2, 3, 4 pounds, and 4 maybe rarely. Never was I doing 4 consistently, and I only do 5 for the side, side crunches. But other than that, 2 and 3 pounds is all I've been doing all like for 8 months. So this time around, and oh my gosh, am I sore? And I can feel a difference. So I'm so excited that it's not hurting me. I'll show you something else. Let's see if I can get my leggings up high enough. So after the accident, I was in an external fixator, and they stuck these big rods in my leg. So I think the big thing that's always been what I fight against is they never thought I'd walk again. And they just were happy that I was alive. Hey, Shannon. So since they never thought I'd walk again, I don't think they thought about healing things correctly. They just were focused on me being alive and that maybe I'd keep my leg. Thanks, Shay. So this right here, I don't know if you can see these holes. Where are they? Let's see. So there's a hole right here, and there's a hole right here. I don't know if you can see them. There's 2 holes. So there's 2 holes that were right here, one there and one there. And then there was a hole here and a hole here. And those had rods in them. And there's the external fixator, and it held my leg straight. Well, when they put them in my thigh, like, I don't know, it's still just very, like, non-muscle. It's like they ruined my muscle, jabbing that in there. So I try really hard to build this up, but I see it more and more when I work out that it's just really not strong. So I today with legs really was focusing on my muscles a lot when I was doing like the leg workouts and stuff. Because it's so tiny. Like, it's weak. They stabbed it. But again, I was just lucky to have my leg. I was just lucky to be here. So yeah, all in all, I'm amazed at where I've come for 5 years. I thank you so much for all of your support. The surgery was horrible, but I made it out. I survived. The recovery time was a long time. It was a year or more. Lots of appointments, lots of physical therapy. I worked full-time the whole time I did it. Granted, I didn't have my own kid, but we had Maya. We were, hey, Nicole. I'm trying to think. So were we engaged? I don't know. No. Yes. Yes, we were engaged, so we were trying to plan the wedding. Oh, we were definitely engaged because I would have to go to wedding shows in a walking boot and a cast and crutches and try and get all around to plan the wedding like that. And my biggest goal was to wear heels down the aisle. And this just shows you that sometimes you should just let things go. Because thanks, Nicole. I saw that. I love that. So I'm gonna get back to the my story, but affirmations are key. So like when you tell yourself you're gonna go to bed with peace, and that you'll wake up with joy, and you believe that, like, that will happen. So tonight when I go to bed, I tell myself that I'm going to get 6 hours of sleep. That's plenty of sleep. I'm going to wake up ready to go. I'm going to do yoga. I'm going to fold clothes. We'll put the dishes away. I'll shower by 6 o'clock. I'll get Kaden up. We'll leave the house. We'll be out of here in time. It'll be a peaceful morning. Those affirmations are super important. And when you believe those and tell yourself that at night, and you know you're not going to snooze, and you wake up ready to go, grateful to be alive, that makes such a difference. Aw, thanks, Deb. You know, what was I thinking about the other day? Like, I'm not, like, we're all amazing. It's just what you choose to do with your amazingness, or you choose to not let stuff that isn't amazing in your life keep you from being incredible. I just do what I gotta do, you know? Like, you do what you gotta do. You have no choice. You have to keep going. I totally could have let Social Security pay for my life forever and let DSS and SSI pay for me and give me my food stamps and collect my disability checks and work part-time. And I could have done that. But I really had to work on my own. I really had to get my life back. So I just continue to fight for that. So I don't know why today was like such a weird day. I think probably because the surgery was so traumatizing, and like I just am traumatized from surgeries and the hospital and lots of, pain. But I mean, oh my gosh, I'm pain med free. Like, pain med free is amazing. Medicine free. Like, that's amazing. Medicine free. It just seems even crazy that it's like only been 3 years that I've been medicine free. That for so long I took all those meds. And then I do all these workouts without medicine. So before, when I worked out at the Y and I was losing weight, I did all of that still on pain meds and sleeping meds and muscle relaxers, and I still was taking Tylenol on top of it because my body hurt so bad. And today I was just so tired. But I think I was just emotionally drained today because it's just overwhelming to have made it so far. Because, when you have a surgery like that, you just never know the outcome, and you just never know how it'll turn out. So to be here now, to have had such an amazing 8 months since I've, decided to give everything a chance with Beachbody and 21 Day Fix. And for me, if Shakeology is what I need in the morning and it's not my pain meds to get me going, then hell yes, I'm drinking Shakeology every day. I mean, do you know what I used to take to wake up every morning and how expensive they were? I could never afford to go back on any of my meds. I don't have prescription coverage. I mean, and I can't get it through DSS anymore. I mean, oh my gosh, my meds were expensive. I mean, no anti-inflammatory. Those were expensive. So I just want to say thank you. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that I am able to keep growing and healing, and that I'm finally emotionally healing. That I'm finally setting things free. I'm finally allowing myself to believe that I can do all the things that I thought may not have been capable of doing, and to stop letting my mind hold me back with the limiting belief that I'm just lucky to walk. No, I'm lucky to be here, so I'm going to walk and I'm going to do so much more. And when you believe that yourself, you are empowering yourself. Like, that's what you have to do. You have to empower yourself. Hey Lisa, I'm so grateful to be continuing to learn and embrace new ways of doing things and new strategies. And this tidy book is going to teach me how to clean up. Like I am the person that never finishes cleaning up. That's why it never gets done. So today I came home. Oh, you're welcome, Deb. Thank you for supporting me. The personal development for me, I needed that 10 years ago. I needed someone to tell me to stop making excuses. And I've always said they're reasons. No, they're reasons. No, probably just excuses. But I think I was safe with my excuses. Like, sometimes your excuses they're your safety. And that's okay, but you have to let them go and you have to move forward. And, I had to overcome how my leg looks. I had to stop letting that hold me back. I have to stop. I still need to get over the whole sneaker thing. That, like, I can't wear a dress and wear cute shoes with it. It seems so dumb, but it's not. It's not dumb. It's hard. It's not easy. It's it's not easy at all. I got a cute new dress. I got to get some sneakers to go with it. When I wear boots, it's just like I suffer. So why would I do that to myself? Why would I wear sandals when I can't walk and I don't feel comfortable in them? Now, most people with an ankle fusion can wear heels and stuff again, but because of my leg injury, my knee missing the ligaments it needs, I can't. And I think that was one thing that my leg is not normal injury. The ankle shattering with the fibula being shattered and the ligament, the lateral ligament in my knee missing. So when I had the surgery, like I said, they just couldn't guarantee anything. And, I read a lot of stories where they were able to, wear heels again and they were able to do this and that. And I just need to not push it. So I like, when you do shuffles back and forth in the fix on total body cardio, I did those the other day, like shuffling a little bit. And that was the first time I've tried that since I started. And my foot's been hurting me on my left foot. So I just have to take it easy and be appreciative of what I have, which isn't always an easy thing to do. And that's okay. It's okay to be mad at things. It's okay to, have your hesitations. It's okay to, like, be kind of apprehensive towards things, but eventually you just have to go for it. And I think I'm finally healing emotionally enough to where I'm ready to keep just pushing and to keep growing and to believe I can do anything I want to do. And, fitness and being athletic was my life. Like, I can tell my story again and again about my psycho ex-boyfriend chasing me on my road, and he was chasing me when I was driving in my car, and I lost control of my car, and somehow I ended up around a tree, and I flipped a few times. Thankfully, I had my seatbelt on. I was trapped in there for 3.5 hours. They couldn't get my legs out. They couldn't find my legs. Um, they were going to cut my leg off on the scene. They had the doctor there to do it. Thanks to Kevin Blair for fighting to keep my leg and not let them cut it off. I couldn't feel anything other than pressure. They broke the window over me. A little terrified of broken glass sounds of that. Sirens aren't my favorite either. And they pulled me out 3.5 hours later. 6-hour surgery to try and stop my leg from dying because it was dying the whole time I was trapped in the car. And I never even knew if I could keep my leg for 3.5 weeks. They didn't know. They didn't know if I'd walk again. And, like, to go back to there, you got to revisit your past to see how far you've come, to appreciate where you are, but then remind yourself how strong you are, and you keep going for the future. So, 3.5 weeks in, they told me I could keep my leg, but I didn't know anything about my leg. I had no idea how it looked. That was seeing my leg for the first time after my car accident. It was wrapped in like 2x2s. I know, like, all you nurses out, 2x2s, the big gauze bags. It was wrapped in a lot of those. So it didn't look like this. It didn't look this tiny leg. It looked like that. It didn't look like that. So when I looked at my legs, I saw that. And then one day they unwrapped it and I threw up. No one told me how bad it was. I don't know. Although sometimes I'd wake up and think I was shopping in the mall because I was just, they were trying to help my pain and nothing seemed to work. So half the times I'm sure I really didn't know what was going on when I was in there, which was probably an okay thing to be so out of it during all of that. But I must have accidentally changed the channel because I have no idea what's on. So, yeah, I just wanted to get on and say thank you. Share some of where I was 5 years ago at Strong. You know I came home and slept for a couple days after just to get through those first few days. I remember when they took the first cast off, how gross and bloody it was, how the scar looked, and no wonder I was in so much pain after surgery. It was not, the pressure built up, it was not happy. And, you know, slowly walking in it, showering with my leg up, couldn't get it wet for so long. And to be here now doing the things I'm doing, who would have ever thought? I mean, I just was happy to walk better. I was just happy not to be in a brace. I was happy not to have to wake up every day and put this brace on and try and fit it in a sneaker and make sure it didn't hurt me and make sure it wasn't cutting or scarring me. And, there was definitely tears at physical therapy after the fusion. That wasn't easy either. That was a lot of work. It was very painful. So, oh my gosh, I'm like pretty much pain free. I mean, my ankle's super uncomfortable right now today, but I imagine that's the 4 pounds, adding the weight. I imagine that's because I can push more, I can do more. Today was leg day. That's not easy for me. Leg day is my least favorite day. I wonder why. Love Pilates day. Get to lay down tomorrow. Hell yeah. My favorite. Love lay down workouts. Love yoga. But even child's pose is hard for me. My ankle doesn't bend. So those certain things, sumo squats, up and down, my ankle pops up. It doesn't move, so that's not easy. I just modify as I can. I do what I can. I modify more when needed. That's why this is an amazing program, because you can modify as needed and you can modify more. You don't have to feel like you're not doing it because you're not doing what they're doing, because it works. And so I think I'm going to go to bed now. I just wanted to say thank you again. I wanted to just express my appreciation, share some of my emotions and my thoughts. And, just like how I carry Caden up the stairs now. He's 30 pounds. I mean, it's getting hard. I told him this morning, like, buddy, you gotta start walking in the morning and being up, because I can't keep carrying him up the stairs. It's pushing it. My biggest fear is falling, and falling with him in my hands and not being able to get up and not having help and not having anyone around. Like, it's a fear. So, but I'm much stronger with that now, and I'm more confident. I don't worry as much. Like, I remember when I first started, I made a video about how I was terrified to go down the stairs to do laundry because I was so uneven, and I felt like if I did it when he was home, when Caden was home but my husband wasn't, I could possibly fall and then I couldn't get up. And so, like, bring my phone with me everywhere, but what if it fell and I couldn't reach it and he was asleep in his crib or something? And then, like, these thoughts go through my head. But so now I'm so much more confident. I can do laundry and feel like I can go up and down the stairs, and he can come with me now, and I don't have to carry him. But I have been carrying him up these stairs at our friend's house, at their apartment complex, to go to his sitter. And it's too much, and I wake him up now and I tell him he's got to walk up the stairs because it's a lot to carry him. So, yeah, we got to walk to their door, and that's even a lot for me. So, but all in all, I'm doing amazing. That muscle is amazing. I'm so excited to see, like, the swelling. The swelling is just, as long as I'm working out, the swelling is so much better. You can see there's like fluid. So there's like fluid, but it's really, like, over here it's kind of bad, but like over here it's really not as bad. But I definitely have been super, like, I don't know, stressed, because this is what I do to myself. I bite my cuticles, I bite my nails. I must be worried, and I don't know about what, other than it's just an overwhelming, it's just overwhelming, I think. I think sometimes I allow myself to feel overwhelmed because I've been through a lot, right? So it's okay to be overwhelmed. It's okay to feel like you just need some time to relax and go through, like, and revisit and relive what you've been through and then be so grateful and that you got to move forward through it and help share your story to others and inspire them. But then see, we all inspire each other. So like I live to inspire you guys, but you inspire me. I need the inspiration too. I have a voice audio that I did recently and I got to share it because it talks a lot about how like I'm not anything special. I just did what I had to do. Yeah, I was lucky to be alive. I was lucky to be saved. I have a mission on earth. I'm here for a reason. Wholeheartedly believe that 100%. So are all of you. You all have your gift. You all have your blessing. And it's all here to share and inspire someone's life and to make a difference. So it's done in so many different ways. And mine, I get to just inspire you this way. To not give up, that no matter how hard it gets, you got to keep going. And it's okay to break down. It's okay to be mad. But you got to wake up and just do it again and do better tomorrow. So don't beat yourself up. Just keep going. So cheers to 5 years. Cheers to 16 years since my car accident this summer. Hopefully we can get this party together and I can have my first official fundraiser. So I need to stop saying hopefully. I need to say we will be having my fundraiser this summer or spring. And I will finally be doing what I had always planned and hoped to do. And I will actually do it. We will get it done. We will have a location. I'm going to either get a pavilion or see if I can make it work out with the fire hall, have my fundraiser, have my thank you party to all my support, and get the doctors there, show them that what they did, they made the right decisions. I'm grateful for the decisions they made in saving my leg, and just have a big appreciation of life and being here, celebration. So got to keep planning that. So all right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I hope this, it gave you a little hope for tomorrow to push a little harder and, keep going for, push yourself in your goals and just don't give up when it gets hard and wake up tomorrow with a new day. So have a good night, guys. So much love to all of you. Thank you so much for your support, and we'll talk soon. Bye. Mwah.